Puscifer is a side project of Maynard James Keenan, known for his work with the bands Tool and A Perfect Circle. As Keenan is the only permanent member, he considers the project to be his creative subconscious. Puscifer could be considered a pseudonym for his solo work. Background: Puscifer's original name was Umlaut, a premier improvisational hardcore band. The name Puscifer was first publicized as a fictional band in the first episode of Mr. Show, including Keenan and Adam Jones as members. Jones is not associated with Puscifer otherwise, although artwork by Jones has been featured on Puscifer apparel. Keenan describes Puscifer as simply a playground for the various voices in my head. A space with no clear or discernible goals. Where my id, ego, and anima all come together to exchange cookie recipes. Keenan has reportedly been working on short films with Ford Englert and Jeffrey Brooks from Red Rock Entertainment Development that may be shown on an upcoming tour. These shorts are done in a similar manner to that of Mr. Show and Tom Waits' Big Time. Puscifer is as much a clothing line as it is a band, with the clothing items produced in limited numbers. Keenan collaborated on a leather jacket with Paul Frank. On September 16, 2008, Keenan updated the Puscifer.com blog, revealing that the first ever Puscifer store would be opening hopefully by October 1 in Jerome, Arizona. Occupying a small space above a tattoo parlor, the store opened on October 3, 2008. In addition to the merchandise available on the band's online store, Keenan has also made available locally roasted coffee, art, and an ever-changing list of limited edition collectibles. Don't Shoot the Messenger. Don't Shoot the Messenger is a 4-track EP released by Puscifer on October 9, 2007. V is for Vagina. On April 10, 2007, Keenan posted on the official website that a release would be aimed for mid-October. A newer post on June 25, 2007 stated that Joe Barresi mixed the first song, which would have a music video, as well as an alternate version of Country Boner, and would likely be released as a CD single with bonus tracks. Further mixing would be done by Keenan and Alan Moulder by August. Keenan announced at the end of July that the album would be titled V is for Vagina and, a few days later, he announced that the first single would be Queen Bee. With a video released in late September. On October 1, Queen Bee appeared on the podcast on Puscifer.com. This was followed by the podcast release of Trekker on October 7. The album was released on October 30 and debuted at number 25 on the Billboard 200, as well as number 1 on the Billboard Indie charts. On October 17, 2008, an official music video for the song Mama Said was released online via the official Puscifer YouTube channel. A new dub remix album also appeared at the official website store completely by Lustmud, entitled D is for W the Lustmud dub mixes. Mama Said also featured in the 2012 movie, End of Watch. V is for Vagina has sold 112,000 copies. V is for Viagra. The remixes. A remix album entitled V is for Viagra was released on April 29, 2008. It contains 10 remixes of tracks from the first Puscifer album V is for Vagina, as well as 2 remixes of the non-album single Country Boner. It features remixes by Dave Rave Ogilvy of Skinny Puppy, Lustmud, Renholder, Paul Barker from Ministry, Telly from Tel Aviv, among others. 2 of the tracks from the album, Indigo Children, and Mama Said, appear on the official soundtrack for the video game Need for Speed, Undercover. V is for Viagra has sold 23,000 copies. C is for is an EP which was announced on the Toalami.com and Puscifer websites on October 12, 2009. It was subsequently released on November 10, 2009. The EP contains 6 tracks. 4 previously unreleased songs, and 2 live recordings of tracks from V is for Vagina, which were recorded from the Club Nokia shows on Puscifer's 2009 tour. The EP has sold 10,000 copies. The song Rocket Mantastic was later released, Conditions of My Parole. Man Overboard, the first single from the album, became available via iTunes and other digital service providers on July 19, 2011. Conditions of My Parole was recorded at Jerome, Arizona in spring 2011 with tracking done amidst the wine barrels from Keenan's Caduceus cellars. The album was produced by Keenan, Matt Mitchell and Josh Eustace. Contributing musicians for the new album include the aforementioned Keenan, Mitchell, and Eustace as well as Karina Round, Juliette Comagher, Matt Monkins, Jeff Friedel, Gilbert Sharon and Rani Sharon, Johnny Polonsky, Tim Alexander, Dave O'Keenan, Alessandra Cortini, Sarah Jones, and John Theodore. It debuted at number 27 on the Billboard charts with 12,111 copies sold in its first week. With street date violations added in it sits at 12,337 copies sold after 1 week according to SoundScan. Donkey Punch the Night. Donkey Punch the Night was announced November 19, 2012 and released February 19, 2013. The EP was released in digital and CD formats, with a forthcoming vinyl release on March 12, 2013. A cover of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody is included on the EP, as well as a cover of Accept's Balls to the Wall. Live shows. In February 2009, Keenan debuted Puscifer with shows in Las Vegas. Throughout the year, he continued to perform with a revolving lineup, but limited concerts to the Southwest. However, in a November 2009 interview, Keenan stated, "Efforts to confine our beloved Enigma to the southwestern United States have been thwarted. We are compelled beyond all reason to bring the noise eastward and share our special sauce. Although authorities suggest you be prepared for any and all possibilities, we simply suggest you arrive happy and hungry." Keenan took Puscifer on tour again in the fall and winter of 2011 in support of the newly released Conditions of My Parole. This tour covered a larger swathe of the United States than previous West Coast-only tours. In 2013, Puscifer played their first dates outside of North America, with the band performing 3 shows in Australia, Coachella, and performances at Lollapalooza Brazil and Lollapalooza Chile. Members. According to Keenan's MySpace profile with regards to members, the band includes Maynard James Keenan and a revolving door of talented people. The current list of guest musicians: Reinaldo R., Mila Jovovich, Lisa Germano, Josh Eustace, Satan's Muse, and more. As of the latest release, Keenan has recorded material with Lusmud, Matt Mitchell, Johnny Polonsky, Tim Alexander, Tim Comerford, Brad Wilk, Joey Jordison, Angel M., Josh Eustace of Black Light Burns and Tali from Tel Aviv, Karina Round, John Oliver, Juliette Comagher, Matt Monkins, Jeff Friedel, Gil and Rani Sharon, Mal Hornick, Dave O'Keenan, Alessandra Cortini, Sarah Jones and John Theodore as well as many other musicians. Discography, studio albums, V is for Vagina number 25 US, Conditions of My Parole number 27 US, number 86 Can, remix albums, V is for Viagra. The remixes, D is for W Euro the Lustmud dub mixes, Sound into Blood into Wine, all remixed up, live albums, Puscifer's 8-Ball Bail Bonds, The Burger Barns Live in Phoenix, What Is? EPs, Don't Shoot the Messenger, C is for, Donkey Punch the Night, singles, Country Boner, Queen Bee. Dizzo, The Mission, Man Overboard, Conditions of My Parole, Telling Ghosts, music videos DVDs, Country Boner, Queen Bee. Dizzo, Mama Said, The Mission, Man Overboard, Conditions of My Parole, short version, Telling Ghosts, What I Say Euro Puscifer, contributions, references. External links, official website.